Welcome everybody. Thank you for being here and joining us here today to watch my fourth grade interview lesson. Wanted to give you a brief overview and walk you through the documents I've sent you previously. Hopefully you've had a chance to go through them and give you an idea of what we've been doing in class, what we'll be doing today, and how that builds into a larger unit of inquiry project we've been working on. So today you'll be watching a lesson on interviewing. You'll be seeing the kids use a lot of digital technology today, and Alan Luke and Tara Garcia, Robin Seglum talk a lot about this in looking at the next 20 years of literacy, and building multi-literacy skills, especially at a young age, are really vital because today's job market really requires people to have digital fluency like we've never really seen before. So while it may look like the students are spending a lot of time on their personal devices today, I do want you to understand that they're cooperating with each other, communicating with each other, and using the devices to develop skills that they're going to be applying in person and around our school on campus later on. Today we'll be looking at some of the basic fundamentals of interviewing, what makes a good interview, and build on some of the students' existing knowledge on this topic. The first few minutes we'll be talking about our classroom objectives, the overall class project and why we're doing this and what we're going to be doing with it, and opening up with a brief discussion on what is an interview. We want to make sure all the kids have a common language to be using, common definition. The students, when they open up their version of this presentation today, they'll have a link to this Google Share document, share your interview experiences. The idea here is that students will share what they already know on this topic. Their version looks a little bit different. This is just a sample. I've pre-filled in all their names here, and they will be able to type their personal responses, things they've seen, maybe interview they've participated in, and then of course they'll be able to read what all their peers have to share as well. And then the students are going to be looking at a couple of example interviews. I've selected this one here because I've got quite a few basketball fans in the classroom, so I thought it would be of particular interest to them. But beyond looking at Kobe Bryant, I want the kids to be really thinking about what do they notice in this interview and what are the things that they see that made this interview successful. So this is a hyperlink. The kids will be able to open the video. It's only a few minutes long. I won't play the whole thing for you today, just in the interest of time. Let's see if I can get this to load. Okay, it looks like my internet's going to be cooperating, but the classroom Wi-Fi is much stronger, so I think the kids will be able to open this interview and watch this young man go ahead and ask one of his biggest idols, Kobe Bryant, some of the most
Tell us a little bit about yourself first. Where are you from?
I'm 13 years old.
So I can jump back over here. I've prepared another example interview. I've also got some aspiring musicians and dancers in the classroom. So I found this interview with this young lady asking Pink some questions. So this is another option. Students are able to watch one or both of these interview examples with the intention of looking at what makes this interview successful. Again, this is a hyperlink here. See if we can get this one to open. I'm also asking my computer to do a lot more than it can process. Okay, well, I'm going to keep this presentation going. Hopefully you've had a chance to watch it already anyway. After the students watch these examples, Then they'll be asked to contribute to the Google Slides. Here's one slide as an example. Their version looks a little bit different again. I have not uploaded any pictures. This is just as a placeholder so you can see. I have put their student names in here. So the students are to go find the slide, put their name, upload and format a photograph, and then down here they should be writing and answering a question about what makes a good interview. What are the qualities that make an interview successful? Again, we're asking the kids to use a number of different multimedia tools. I want them to be more comfortable and more familiar. They've used them before, but this is a good opportunity to practice it in a new way. The last few minutes of the class will be putting together an interview timeline. And this will be an all-class discussion. So we'll put this on the board and build this together based off of the things that they have put on the previous Google slide. Ultimately, we want kids to understand what makes a quality interview. What do you do before? Writing out your question, maybe practicing, confirming meeting times, the beginning, shake hands, thank the person for meeting you. During the interview, these are some examples that I've put together. Making eye contact, listening carefully, asking follow-up questions, and of course afterwards we want to thank the person, shake hands. So we'll take all the students' ideas and put together a timeline so they have an idea of what an interview should look like. And then we're going to be putting that all together to interview around. Nicole discusses a lot about the idea of going beyond just being digital consumers. So here I want the kids to apply what they've learned and create their own form of digital media. So we're going to be interviewing a friend in the classroom. That will be going on a different day, but I just wanted you to understand the bigger picture goal here. So let's take a look at what that looks like. For homework after their class today, the kids will be asked to write out their interview questions individually. The intention is that they're going to be interviewing one of their classmates in the next coming days, and then completing a voice or video recording. We're going to be posting our interviews later on our class blog, so you can watch for them if you have access to that. And students can also review their own as well as their peer interviews and then give them some constructive feedback in the comment section. Linda Yolis does a lot of blogging with her second grade students, and it's relatively new to my fourth graders. So I thought this would be a fun way to get them more familiar with how a blog works and how they can use that to be communicating with each other. So we've gone through this model here where we shared what we know, we're exploring, and then applying it. Now I really want the kids, after this, posted this interview and given feedback, to take action in our school campus. This all comes from an idea that Ernest Morrell talks about. Powerful teaching, creating powerful schools, engaging youth. So we're going to use his ideas of starting the students' daily lives and getting students invested in making the school a better place and building a positive school climate. So as a class, we'll decide on some topics around our school campus that could be improved upon. And we'll vote on 2, break into small groups, and then conduct on-campus interviews with a variety of people, collecting their perspectives on these different topics. And then we'll use the project-based concept learning that Vanessa Vega talks about in her Edutopia project-based learning. And the kids will be putting together a class magazine similar to the ones that maybe you've seen them bring home. Each of the kids will be writing a short story after their interview, and we'll put all of those together to create a class magazine. We'll include some comics and some puzzles and mazes, and ultimately I hope the students will have a longer-term retention if we have this bigger project, and they're working together to create something that can ultimately be shared with parents, administration, in hopes of making a positive change, as well as other stakeholders on our campus. Hopefully this will have a very meaningful outcome for the students and really improve their attitude towards learning. So I've walked you through what our students are working on. I hope you found that interesting. And here's some additional resources I talked about today if you'd like to do some additional reading. And I look forward to seeing you all in the classroom and appreciate all of you taking time out of your day to be here.